you could be making one of the worst financial mistakes when buying a new CPU from the Ryzen 7000 series. If you watch this whole video, I promise that by the end, you will end up saving tons of money no matter the type of buyer that you are, even if you want to buy the cheapest Ryzen 7000 or the most expensive CPU of the lineup. First, we have to discuss the new CPU prices, but before doing that, I recommend you checking the description for the latest pricing of these CPUs, and not only that, but you will also have Prebuilt gaming PCs for every single budget in case you don't want to build a PC by yourself. But anyway, these are the latest prices by the time that I'm recording this video. For the Ryzen 5 7600X, which is the cheapest one on their lineup, the 6-core 12-thread processor is $300. Then for the Ryzen 7 7700X, the 8-core 16-thread processor is $400. Then for the Ryzen 9 7900X, the 12-core 24-thread processor is $550, and the best CPU of their lineup, their beast, the Ryzen 9 7950X with 16 cores and 32 threads for $700, which is a ton of money. Now, I want to say that if you're looking for gaming, 6 cores and 12 threads is the sweet spot. However, if you want something that's more future-proof, then I recommend you going for 8 cores and 16 threads, but anything above that won't give you extra performance while gaming. But now, you may be wondering, why should you wait? Well, there are two main reasons for this: motherboard pricing and the Intel Raptor Lake. Now, let's talk about the first reason, which is the motherboard prices. There are 4 types of new motherboards, where 2 of them haven't been released yet. We have the X670 and then the X670E, these are out on the market. And then we have the non-released B650 and B650X. The X670 and X670E motherboards are extremely expensive for gaming. The cheapest motherboard costing $244, which is a lot of money. And not only that, but you will need 16 gigs of RAM because only DDR5 is supported on these motherboards. And then you gotta add the CPU, making the cheapest combo a whopping $613, excluding the CPU cooler, of course. So as you can tell, this isn't designed for budget gamers. And I'm most definitely going to be recommending the B650 motherboards coming soon. These are going to be cheaper than the X670 motherboards. However, there are some leaks and they are going to be expensive as well, which is a disappointment, but they are not going to be as expensive as the X670's motherboards. And to be clear, for gamers, the B650 are going to be the sweet spot. But then we go to the second reason, which is Intel is launching the new 13th gen CPUs on October 20, where DDR4 and 12th gen motherboards will be supported, meaning that if you already have DDR4 RAM or a 12th gen CPU, like the i3-12100F for example, you will be able to swap the existing CPU with a new one without having to buy a whole new motherboard. And on top of that, we will be able to see more benchmarks and comparisons between the 13th gen and Ryzen 7000 series. So my recommendation is for you to wait for more testing, benchmarks, and maybe Intel is the better option on this case. But now maybe you have another question, which is, until when should you wait? There are some key dates that you want to bear in mind. October 20, of course, where Intel will release their new CPUs. However, I recommend you waiting until Black Friday, because we will have some more testing with new hardware, since all of the new GPUs are going to be released by then. And we will also have the Black Friday discounts for gaming components. Now, we don't know all the details of these discounts, but anyway, even without the discounts, waiting for this date is ideal, mainly because of the testing. Now, the new 4000 series of Nvidia are right around the corner, and I'm really excited for that, but those are going to be really expensive, and just like the CPUs, I do not recommend you buying on day one. So my personal key date is the Black Friday date, and if you don't want to wait that long, then I recommend you waiting until November 3rd, where new AMD GPUs are going to be released. And if you don't want to wait that much, then I recommend you buying around October 23, October 24, where Intel launches their new CPUs for you to see the testing between the Ryzen 7000 and the new Intel 13th gen, which is going to be much cheaper, to be honest, especially if you already have Intel 12th gen. And even if you don't, it's going to be cheaper because you will be able to buy a DDR4 motherboard, DDR4 RAM, which are cheaper, and then you can put the CPU. Now, of course, DDR5 is more future-proof, But to be honest, I recommend you buying DDR4 and then wait another at least 2 to 3 years before DDR5 is that important, which is my prediction, but don't take my word because we actually don't know when DDR5 is going to be that important for gamers. And if you're a content creator, this is honestly even more expensive considering that you will buy one of the X670 motherboards or even the X670E motherboards. Those are really expensive, so I will go with Nvidia, but however we all should wait and see the testing. Maybe I'm wrong. But another point that you should keep in mind is the best pairs for these new CPUs, and I have to say that these CPUs are too powerful, so you will need not only the right GPU to pair them with, but also the right components, the right power supply, the right RAM, the right motherboard. That's why I strongly recommend you watching my PC build playlist, where you can find PCs that you can build right now for every single budget, but more importantly, hitting the bell button because new videos about PC builds for these new CPUs are coming, and I upload new deals not only as videos but also as posts, and I try to do this every single day. So if you wanna keep up to the best Prebuilt PC deals and components deals, hit that bell button. Trust me, it's really important and you won't regret it. So thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.